The massive holographic display flickered with the coordinates of Earth, a blue-green jewel suspended in the vast darkness of space. Admiral Michael Roberts stood motionless, his weathered hands clasped behind his back, watching as diplomatic representatives from 12 alien civilizations discussed humanity's potential membership in the Galactic Council. It had been 3 years since first contact. Humanity had impressed the galactic community with its rapid technological advancements and diplomatic finesse. Scientists had quickly adapted to shared knowledge. Engineers had reverse-engineered alien communication technologies, and diplomats had negotiated trade agreements that seemed mutually beneficial. No one suspected the betrayal that was coming. The Keldoran Confederation, a powerful alliance of 3 advanced species, had been watching humanity with growing concern. Humans were adapting too quickly, learning too much. Their potential threatened the existing power structures of the galactic political landscape. In a dimly lit chamber deep within the Keldoran mothership, Supreme Commander Vrel made the final preparations. His scaled fingers danced across holographic interfaces, coordinating a massive surprise attack that would crush human civilization before it could become a true threat. They are still children in the cosmic arena. Vrel muttered to his second-in-command. Primitive. Unprepared. We will eliminate them before they can challenge our dominance. The attack came without warning. Massive energy weapons erupted from hundreds of alien vessels, targeting Earth's major cities with surgical precision. New York vanished in a blinding nuclear-like explosion. Tokyo became a crater of molten glass. London disappeared beneath a wave of destructive energy that vaporized everything in its path. Millions died in the first hour. Communication networks collapsed. Governments were decapitated. Military installations were reduced to smoking ruins. The initial strike was so overwhelming that human defenses had no time to respond, no opportunity to counterattack. In underground command centers scattered across the planet, surviving military and government leaders scrambled to understand the scale of the destruction. Satellite imagery showed complete devastation. Major population centers were gone. Infrastructure was obliterated. But humanity had something the Keldoran Confederation did not anticipate: an unbreakable spirit of survival. Within hours of the initial attack, emergency protocols activated. Classified research facilities that had remained hidden for decades began mobilizing. Secret military installations deep underground and in remote locations started their contingency plans. Admiral Roberts, who had survived by being in a shielded underground command center, began coordinating the initial response. His voice remained calm, almost cold, as he issued orders to the remaining military and scientific leadership. They wanted a war, he said quietly to his closest advisors. We will give them a war that will become legendary across the galaxy. Scattered survivor groups began emerging from the ruins. Some were military personnel. Others were civilians who had managed to find shelter. Communication networks, though severely damaged, started to reconnect using backup systems developed during decades of potential global conflict scenarios. The Keldoran Confederation believed they had won. They believed humanity was finished. They were terribly, catastrophically wrong. In research facilities that the aliens knew nothing about, teams of scientists and military researchers were already analyzing the wreckage of destroyed alien ships. Every piece of technology was a potential weapon. Every fragment of alien material was a potential key to survival. The human species had survived ice ages, world wars, pandemics, and countless other challenges. This attack would be no different. As the smoke cleared and the initial shock subsided, a cold, calculated fury began to spread across the remaining human population. This was not defeat. This was not the end. This was the beginning of humanity's most devastating response. Deep within secure facilities, advanced AI systems began processing vast amounts of data. Quantum computers started simulating potential strategies. Military leaders began drawing up plans that would make the Keldoran Confederation regret ever targeting Earth. The aliens thought they were eliminating a potential threat. Instead, they had awakened a sleeping giant. And humanity was about to show the galaxy exactly what that meant. The underground command center hummed with intense activity. Screens flickered with data streams, emergency communication channels, and satellite imagery of the devastated surface. Admiral Roberts moved between workstations, his presence a beacon of calm in the chaos. Across the globe, hidden facilities began to stir. These were not ordinary military bases, but top-secret research centers that had existed in complete secrecy for decades. Each was a testament to humanity's paranoid preparedness. Facilities designed to survive global catastrophes, alien invasions, and complete societal collapse. In a secure mountain complex beneath the Rocky Mountains, Dr. Elena Martinez initiated the Prometheus Protocol. Her fingers danced across holographic interfaces, activating research programs that had been waiting decades for this moment. Classified technological developments that had been hidden from even the highest levels of government now came to life. Adaptive biomechanical enhancement systems are online, she reported to Admiral Roberts through a secure quantum communication channel. We can begin human augmentation immediately. The surviving population was scattered but far from defeated. Emergency communication networks, designed to survive nuclear war, began connecting survivor groups. Old military communication satellites, thought to be obsolete, became lifelines for the remaining humans. In the ruins of what was once Silicon Valley, a group of surviving engineers and scientists began salvaging advanced technological components. They worked with a furious determination, knowing that every circuit, every piece of advanced technology could be the key to survival. The global response was unlike anything in human history. National boundaries dissolved. Old conflicts became meaningless. Every surviving human understood the simple truth: adapt or die. Military research facilities around the world began rapid prototyping of new weapon systems. They used captured alien technology fragments, reverse engineering advanced energy weapons and propulsion systems. The very weapons meant to destroy humanity would now become humanity's tools of revenge. Dr. Marcus Williams, a quantum physicist, made a breakthrough that would change everything. By studying the energy signatures of the alien attack, he discovered a method to create adaptive energy shields that could protect against the most advanced alien weaponry. We're not just defending, he told his team. We're learning. We're evolving. Biological enhancement programs went into overdrive. Advanced neural interfaces, genetic modifications, and cybernetic augmentations that had been theoretical became practical necessities. Soldiers were transformed into something more than human living weapons designed to fight an interstellar war. The Keldoran Confederation had no idea what was coming. Survival camps emerged in the most unexpected locations: abandoned underground subway systems, national parks, remote mountain regions. Humans proved once again their ability to adapt and survive. Each camp became a miniature civilization, focused on one goal: preparation for counterattack. Military veterans, scientists, engineers, and ordinary citizens worked side by side. A farmer might be designing advanced communication systems one moment, then teaching survival skills the next. The traditional structures of society had been stripped away, leaving only pure human potential. Quantum computers began running millions of battle simulations every second. Each simulation provided data. Each data point became a weapon. The aliens had superior technology, but humans had something far more dangerous: adaptability and an unbreakable will to survive. Admiral Roberts understood the psychological element of warfare. They wanted to break our spirit, he told his core leadership team. Instead, they've united us in a way nothing else could. Satellite networks, though damaged, were slowly restored. Using a combination of salvaged alien technology and human ingenuity, they created a global communication and surveillance system more advanced than anything previously imagined. The first phase of humanity's response was not about immediate revenge. It was about survival, preparation, and transformation. By the time the Keldoran Confederation would realize what was happening, it would be too late. Humanity was no longer just fighting for survival. Humanity was preparing for total war. And the galaxy had no idea what was coming. The underground research facility buzzed with an electric tension. Holographic displays flickered with complex schematics of captured alien technology, each diagram representing months of intense reverse engineering efforts. Dr. Elena Martinez stood at the center of a breakthrough that would change everything. "We've cracked their quantum communication protocols," she announced to the team of scientists and military strategists. The room fell silent, understanding the magnitude of her statement. Alien communication systems, once impenetrable, were now completely exposed to human analysis. Across hidden research complexes, humanity's most brilliant minds worked with this single-minded purpose. Every fragment of alien technology became a puzzle to be solved, every advanced system a potential weapon to be understood and improved. The biomechanical enhancement program moved faster than anyone could have predicted. Soldiers underwent radical transformations, neural interfaces that allowed direct weapon control, genetic modifications that increased physical capabilities beyond natural human limits, and cybernetic augmentations that turned ordinary humans into living weapons. In a secure facility beneath the Andes Mountains, engineers completed the first fully human-modified spaceship. It looked nothing like the alien vessels they had studied. Where alien technology was sleek and angular, this ship was a brutal combination of human ingenuity and stolen alien technology, a perfect hybrid that defied previous design constraints. Admiral Roberts watched the first test flight with a critical eye. The ship moved with a fluidity that surprised even the most optimistic engineers. Quantum drive systems, adapted from alien technology, but fundamentally redesigned, allowed for movement that would have been impossible just months earlier. Weapon systems developed in these hidden laboratories were beyond anything the Keldoran Confederation could imagine. Electromagnetic pulse generators that could disable entire fleets. Adaptive energy weapons that could change frequency faster than enemy shields could adapt. Stealth technologies that made human ships virtually invisible to alien detection systems. The Psychological Warfare Division worked alongside the technological teams. They analyzed every piece of intercepted alien communication, understanding not just the technological capabilities of their enemy, but their mental and cultural weaknesses. They believe in rigid hierarchical structures, noted Dr. James Thompson, head of the Psychological Warfare team. Their greatest weakness is their inability to adapt quickly. We'll use that against them. Quantum computers ran millions of battle simulations every second. Each simulation provided data. Each data point became a potential strategy. The aliens had superior technology in the initial attack, but humans had something far more dangerous: the ability to learn, adapt, and improve at an unprecedented rate. In orbital research stations, hidden from alien detection, scientists developed breakthrough technologies that merged biological and mechanical systems in ways never before conceived. Adaptive armor that could self-repair, weapon systems that could think and adjust tactics in milliseconds, communication networks that could reorganize themselves instantaneously if parts were destroyed. The Global Survivor Network became a massive distributed intelligence system. Every surviving human was now part of a collective effort. A farmer might design a critical communication algorithm. A former office worker might develop a breakthrough in energy weapon technology. Traditional barriers of specialization disappeared in the face of survival. Artificial intelligence systems, developed in secret over decades, now worked in perfect synchronization with human operators. These were not simple computer programs, but advanced learning systems that could predict, adapt, and strategize at speeds far beyond human capability. By the 6-month mark after the initial attack, humanity had transformed. They were no longer the species the Keldoran Confederation had tried to destroy. They had become something else entirely, a technological hybrid of biological innovation and advanced scientific understanding. Admiral Roberts looked at the latest technological assessments and allowed himself a small, cold smile. The Keldoran Confederation thought they had won when they attacked Earth. They were about to learn how wrong they were. The technological revolution was complete. Humanity was ready for its counterattack. The void of space erupted with a silent fury as the first human fleet emerged from hidden quantum tunnels. Dozens of ships materialized simultaneously, their designs a brutal testament to humanity's technological leap. These were not the vulnerable vessels the Keldoran Confederation had destroyed months earlier. Admiral Roberts stood on the bridge of the flagship, his augmented neural interface connecting him directly to the ship's advanced combat systems. The targeting algorithms danced across his consciousness, each potential strike calculated with mathematical precision. "Initiate Operation Prometheus," he commanded. His voice was calm, almost detached. The human ships moved with a fluidity that defied traditional space combat principles. Where alien vessels followed predictable tactical patterns, these ships seemed to anticipate enemy movements before they happened. Quantum-enhanced predictive algorithms allowed split-second adjustments that made alien targeting systems obsolete. The first Keldoran defense outpost never saw them coming. Electromagnetic pulse waves swept through the alien installation, rendering their defensive systems completely inert. Before the Keldorans could even comprehend the attack, precision energy weapons carved through their space station like a surgeon's scalpel. The entire facility was reduced to expanding debris in less than 3 minutes. Aboard the alien command ships, confusion turned to terror. These were not the same humans they had attacked months earlier. Something fundamental had changed. Each human ship carried weapons that represented years of stolen and adapted alien technology. Pulse cannons that could change energy frequencies faster than enemy shields could adapt. Stealth systems that made the ships virtually invisible until the moment of attack. Adaptive armor that could self-repair microscopic damage in milliseconds. The psychological impact was deliberate and devastating. Human communication channels broadcast the attack across all known galactic frequencies. Visual records showed the complete destruction of the Keldoran outpost, a clear message of technological superiority and unbridled vengeance. Dr. Elena Martinez, watching from the Earth-based command center, analyzed the battle data in real time. They've upgraded their defensive systems 3 times in the past decade. She noted to her team. We just rendered all of those upgrades completely useless in under 5 minutes. The attack was not just about physical destruction. It was a comprehensive demonstration of humanity's transformed capabilities. Each destroyed installation, each disabled alien vessel sent a clear message. The species you tried to exterminate is now your worst nightmare. Quantum communication networks allowed perfect synchronization between ships. Where alien fleets relied on hierarchical command structures, human ships operated like a single living organism. Each vessel could adapt, communicate, and respond faster than traditional military doctrines could comprehend. The Keldoran Confederation's intelligence networks went into overdrive. Intercepted communications revealed growing panic. The humans they had considered inferior were now systematically dismantling their most advanced military installations with terrifying efficiency. Admiral Roberts knew this was just the beginning. "We're not here to negotiate," he transmitted on an open channel to the remaining alien fleet. "We're here to make you understand the cost of your betrayal." The first counterattack lasted barely 2 hours. When it was over, 3 major Keldoran military outposts had been completely destroyed. Not a single human ship was lost. In the cold darkness of space, humanity had just rewritten the rules of interstellar warfare. The message was clear. The species you tried to destroy is now your ultimate threat. And this was only the beginning of their revenge. The galactic communication networks hummed with a storm of information. Humanity's carefully orchestrated psychological warfare campaign was about to reach its most critical phase. Every transmission, every broadcast was a calculated strike designed to expose the Keldoran Confederation's true nature. Dr. James Thompson, head of the Psychological Warfare Division, monitored holographic displays showing communication patterns across multiple alien civilizations. His team had spent months analyzing alien communication protocols, cultural nuances, and psychological vulnerabilities. "Release the first phase," he commanded. Across thousands of communication channels, humanity began broadcasting detailed records of the initial unprovoked attack. High-resolution recordings showed the complete destruction of Earth's major cities. Intercepted Keldoran communication logs revealed the cold, calculated planning behind the genocide attempt. The broadcasts were brutal in their precision, raw data mixed with emotional narratives. Survivor testimonies played alongside clinical military assessments. Every alien civilization could now see the complete story of the Keldoran betrayal. Admiral Roberts understood the power of narrative. This was not just a military campaign. It was a comprehensive effort to isolate the Keldoran Confederation politically and socially. Research teams had identified the complex political relationships between various galactic civilizations. The Keldorans had maintained their power through a delicate network of diplomatic manipulations and economic pressures. Humanity's psychological warfare would systematically dismantle those relationships. Quantum communication networks allowed for unprecedented information distribution. Where traditional communication might take weeks or months, human technology could spread information across entire star systems in minutes. The first cracks appeared quickly. Smaller allied civilizations began questioning the Keldoran Confederation's leadership. Trade agreements were suspended. Diplomatic communications became strained. The carefully constructed galactic political landscape started to crumble. Dr. Elena Martinez monitored the psychological impact. "We're not just attacking their military," she explained to her team. "We're destroying their entire social and political infrastructure." Human broadcasts revealed documented instances of the Keldoran Confederation's previous colonial aggression. Civilizations that had been quietly subjugated now found a voice. Suppressed historical records became public, exposing decades of systematic oppression. The psychological warfare went beyond simple information distribution. Human communication systems used advanced linguistic algorithms to maximize emotional impact. Each message was crafted to trigger specific psychological responses in different alien species. Intercepted Keldoran internal communications revealed growing panic. Their carefully maintained image of galactic superiority was being systematically dismantled. Admiral Roberts watched the developing situation with a cold calculation. "We're not just fighting a war," he told his command team. "We're rewriting the entire galactic political landscape." The human approach was ruthlessly intelligent. They didn't just present information. They created a comprehensive narrative that exposed the Keldoran Confederation's fundamental weaknesses. Every communication was a precision-guided psychological weapon. Alien civilizations that had previously been silent observers now began to take sides. Trade networks started to shift. Diplomatic relationships began to realign. The Keldoran Confederation found itself increasingly isolated. Their attempts to counter the human narrative failed repeatedly. Human communication technologies were simply too advanced, too adaptable. "They thought they could destroy us," Dr. Thompson said, reviewing the latest communication analysis. "Now they're watching their entire political structure collapse." By the campaign's end, the Keldoran Confederation had been transformed from a powerful galactic force to a pariah civilization. No one wanted to be associated with a species that had attempted genocide against another emerging civilization. The psychological warfare was complete. Humanity had achieved something unprecedented, a total political and social destruction, achieved without firing a single additional weapon. The galaxy was watching, and humanity had just demonstrated that their most powerful weapon was not their technology, but their ability to communicate, adapt, and expose the truth. The next phase of their revenge was about to begin. The human fleet emerged from quantum tunnels like a wave of technological fury. Hundreds of ships, each a perfect fusion of stolen alien technology and human innovation, surrounded the primary Keldoran military stronghold. Admiral Roberts watched the holographic displays with a calculating precision that went beyond human emotion. "Initiate full-spectrum assault," he commanded. Experimental weapons systems came to life. These were not conventional weapons, but carefully designed biological and technological tools of destruction. Each weapon targeted specific vulnerabilities in Keldoran biological systems, weaknesses that humanity had discovered through months of intensive research. Quantum encrypted communication networks allowed perfect synchronization between ships and ground forces. Where traditional military structures relied on rigid command hierarchies, human forces moved like a single adaptive organism. Each unit could respond, adjust, and counteract enemy strategies in microseconds. The first wave of attacks demonstrated humanity's technological superiority. Electromagnetic pulse generators disabled entire Kelderan fleet segments before they could even activate defensive systems. Adaptive energy weapons changed frequencies faster than enemy shields could comprehend. Dr. Elena Martinez monitored the assault from the Earth-based command center. Her augmented neural interface processed battle data at speeds that would have been impossible just months earlier. Their defensive protocols are completely ineffective, she reported to the command team. Biological warfare took on a new meaning. Specially designed nanite systems infiltrated Kelderan communication networks, spreading digital and biological disruption simultaneously. These were not simple viruses, but complex adaptive systems that could modify themselves in real time. Ground combat units moved with superhuman efficiency. Soldiers enhanced with biomechanical augmentations displayed capabilities that blurred the line between human and machine. They could process tactical information, communicate, and respond faster than any traditional biological organism. The Kelderan military command structure began to collapse. Their rigid hierarchical systems, once a source of strength, became their greatest weakness. Human forces attacked with a fluidity and unpredictability that completely overwhelmed traditional defensive strategies. Entire Kelderan colonies found themselves under simultaneous assault. Communication networks were compromised. Military installations were systematically dismantled. The very technologies the Keldorans had used to attack Earth now became the instruments of their destruction. Admiral Roberts understood the psychological element of warfare. This was not just about military victory. This was about demonstrating the full potential of human adaptability and technological innovation. Quantum-enhanced predictive algorithms allowed human forces to anticipate enemy movements before they happened. Each Kelderan tactical response was already countered before it could be implemented. The gap in technological capability had become a chasm. Specialized research teams developed weapons that targeted specific Kelderan biological vulnerabilities. Energy systems designed to disrupt their unique neural networks. Adaptive compounds that could penetrate their most advanced defensive armor. The assault was comprehensive and ruthless. Humanity was not seeking traditional military victory. They were delivering a message that would echo across the galaxy. Never underestimate a species fighting for its survival. Captured Kelderan communication logs revealed growing panic. Their military leadership watched in horror as their most advanced systems were systematically neutralized. The species that they had considered inferior was now demonstrating technological capabilities that exceeded anything in galactic history. By the campaign's midpoint, the Kelderan military infrastructure had been reduced to scattered, ineffective resistance. Entire fleet segments had been destroyed. Communication networks were in complete disarray. Their colonies were falling one by one. "We are not seeking negotiation," Admiral Roberts transmitted on an open channel. "We are delivering justice." The total war phase was more than a military campaign. It was a comprehensive demonstration of human potential. Every technological system, every strategic approach was a testament to humanity's ability to adapt, learn, and overcome. The Kelderan Confederation was about to learn the true meaning of consequences, and humanity was just getting started. The massive Galactic Tribunal chamber fell silent as the holographic displays illuminated the full extent of the Kelderan Confederation's crimes. Representatives from dozens of alien civilizations watched with a mixture of horror and fascination as humanity presented its case. Admiral Roberts stood at the center of the chamber, his augmented presence radiating a calm, calculated intensity that seemed to fill the entire space. Behind him, holographic records displayed the complete history of the Kelderan attack on Earth, from the initial genocide attempt to the systematic destruction of their military capabilities. "We are not here seeking revenge," Roberts began, his voice resonating through advanced translation systems. "We are here to ensure justice." The evidence was overwhelming. Intercepted communication logs, satellite recordings, and forensic data painted a comprehensive picture of premeditated genocide. Every alien civilization could now see the Keldoran Confederation's true nature, a species that had attempted to destroy humanity out of fear and prejudice. Dr. Elena Martinez presented the technological analysis. Each slide demonstrated how humanity had not only survived but transformed in response to the attack. The technological leap was unprecedented in galactic history. Species that had existed for millennia had not achieved the rapid adaptation that humans had accomplished in mere months. The psychological impact was deliberate and devastating. Representatives from the Galactic Council watched in stunned silence. The human presentation was a masterclass in diplomatic warfare, clinical, precise, and emotionally devastating. Every claim was backed by irrefutable evidence. Every statement exposed the Keldoran Confederation's fundamental corruption. "We demand full accountability," Admiral Roberts continued. "Reparations, complete dismantling of their military infrastructure, permanent restrictions on their technological development." The demands were comprehensive. The Keldoran leadership, now reduced to a handful of defeated representatives, could only watch as their entire civilization was systematically exposed and dismantled. Quantum communication networks broadcast the tribunal to every corner of the known galaxy. This was more than a legal proceeding. This was a message about the consequences of underestimating an emerging civilization. Specialized human diplomatic teams had spent months preparing this moment. They had analyzed every potential political and legal angle. The presentation was not just about punishment, but about establishing a new framework for galactic interactions. The reparations were unprecedented. The Keldoran Confederation would be required to completely dismantle their military infrastructure, provide massive technological and economic compensation to Earth, accept permanent monitoring of their technological development, publicly acknowledge their attempted genocide. Dr. James Thompson, head of the Psychological Warfare Division, had prepared every element of the presentation. Each word, each piece of evidence was calculated to maximum effect. Alien civilizations that had previously remained neutral now found themselves forced to choose sides. The evidence was too comprehensive, too clear to be ignored. The Galactic Council's final verdict was almost anticlimactic: complete agreement with human demands. The Keldoran Confederation was effectively dismantled as a political and military entity. Admiral Roberts allowed himself the slightest hint of a smile. This was not just about punishment. This was about establishing a new galactic order. "We do not seek to replace the existing power structures," he told the stunned representatives. "We seek to create a framework of mutual respect and cooperation." The message was clear. Humanity was not just a survivor. They were now a fundamental force in galactic politics. As the tribunal concluded, alien representatives looked at the human delegation with a mixture of fear, respect, and complete astonishment. The species they had tried to destroy had not only survived, but had transformed into something unprecedented. The galaxy would never be the same. Humanity had arrived, and they were just getting started.